Yeah, IZZY MAN, RISEANDGRND.com. Yo. It starts with a crack it on, like stack, mess it on, pass it on to the next bag of rapper. Toast sweet jelly peanut butter, better bag it up. Grab the bus to the back island, fall back to the island where I am still with the music on. Marvelous and as I bring it home, hot is the hope, IZZY brings the magic sauce. We so Marvel, baby, we be scoops, Hagen Dazs. With a baseline usage, time is only on the clock. We rap the DeLorean. Sorry if you can't go. 121 gigawatts, 88 miles per hour, great Scott. We run this rhythm hot. Each beat is a gift. The title we click, we drift into another river. Rap it, we flip it and flap it, flying off the Google map. It could have been easier to say that we won't kill it. Digging me rhyme, the book of death to resurrect your flow, and then you deserve to spit it hot. But nobody's getting hurt but the verse and epidermis, and I dig you out of the dirt. Insert another verse here. RISEANDGRND.com, IZZYMAN.com.
What's going on? I'm Izzy. I'm Filipino. I represent Queens, Flushing, New York, born and raised. Also from SUNY Oneonta. It's where I learned most of my music stuff. I've been doing music since high school. Around age 15, I was writing a lot of songs, just doing a lot of covers. And from there, I just moved on towards doing poetry. I connected with the Intangible Collective in 2002, 2003, when I went to college. SUNY Oneonta, after that it was a rap. I started doing beats 2 years after that, and the rest is history. I got started in music back in SUNY Oneonta. It's about, 5 years ago. I started playing the piano. I've been playing instruments. I used to play the clarinet and the alto saxophone back in 7th grade, and I just had this love to make music. So when I finally got the tools, my friend showed me Reason, and he was my roommate, and he pretty much showed me the ropes. And from there, I just moved forward and just kept learning. And I took lessons upon myself. I would go on YouTube. I would listen to maybe like Kanye West or other people who used to make beats that I really like, and I would try to recreate them myself. Especially with Pharrell, I would try to recreate his early hits, like when he did Grinding, Frontin'. I would try to like make those beats myself on the computer with a drum pad or with a keyboard or with Reason or another program like that. The musicians that have inspired me the most, the top three would be Pharrell, Michael Jackson, and Beethoven. Ever since I was young, I started listening to classical music. In fact, my parents wouldn't really let me listen to a lot of what's on the radio at the time, a lot of hip hop or all that stuff. They didn't want me to feed into some sort of negative kind of energy or negative music, which a lot of rap can be. And so I was listening to a lot of classical music. So with Beethoven, he was just a major influence on my life, on my music career, because Beethoven was a good representation of emotion in music. He brought in a lot of different elements, and it made you feel happy or sad or mad or strong or so many different emotions in one song. And the fact that they didn't even have words, that was something that was so ridiculous to me. And that's the kind of music that I want to make. I want to be able to make music where every song, every piece, every instrument, someone's going to feel some sort of emotion from it. Someone's going to respond to it, and that's what's going to make the song the most personal. Pharrell Williams is one of my all-time favorite producers, because the way that he produces music is his range is so eclectic. He can do rock and rap and jazz and R&B and pop, and yet you can listen to it and you can say, oh, that's a Pharrell joint. Like the fact that he can do stuff with, in his band NERD with Chad Hugo, they have such a different sound. You can't even put a label on it. And that's the kind of music that I also want to be able to do, where not only is it emotional like with Beethoven, but it's so diverse that people can be like, oh, that's pop, that's an IZZY joint, or oh, that's that rap, that's an IZZY joint, or that R&B song, IZZY made that. And I want to be able to do it so that people listen to a song. It could be a totally different genre, but they can tell that it's for me. One of my most important influences in my music making is Michael Jackson. the fact that this dude was such a perfectionist, like when he released Thriller, he made over 100 songs to release like a 13, 14 song album. And he literally did it like that because he wanted each song to be a single. He didn't want to just, oh, I'm going to do 2 or 3 singles and then just put filler. Like a lot of artists do that nowadays. A lot of people just want to like get a song out and they just want to get recognition. But like when you're making music, you know, you're making a song, you're taking the time out of people's lives to listen to what you got to say. You got to make it count. But with Michael Jackson, the fact that he made all of these songs with Quincy Jones, and they literally whittled it down. Like I remember hearing the story where Billie Jean almost didn't make the cut. Like Quincy Jones was like, no, I'm not having that. Like it's kind of whack. And the fact that Billie Jean was probably one of my favorite songs on the album, like that's crazy to me. But that's the kind of attitude that I want to be able to have when I'm making music. Michael Jackson was a perfectionist. He didn't let people just be like, oh, it sounds good enough. Just release it. Oh, it sounds good enough. You're good. Like you're Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson could make a beat out of scratch toast and peanut butter and stuff like that, and people would buy it. I would eat it. You know what I mean? But like, right? But he's not gonna allow that. Like the fact that he passed while doing something to make like the most perfect show. Like I watched that movie. I don't know if you've seen his movie. About his This Is It. Like just watching that half, it's not even half of the show, it's like 1/4 of the show. And you're still like, this is such a nasty show. Like I would watch this movie over and over. But the fact that it wasn't even barely finished, like that's the kind of like testament that I have to Michael Jackson, where he had such a high level, has such a high standard, and I want to keep myself to that.